Hey there! If you haven't already, check out my full video of the review of this toy, Melissa and Doug's Take Along Railway. I absolutely love this toy and I hope you will too. I also have videos for how to play with your younger children, ages 1 to 3 and 3 to 4. Let me know if you have questions down below. So how do you play with your child, ages 4 to 5? Well, let's talk about some categories like topic maintenance, speech sounds, sequencing, categorization, and comprehension. Between ages 4 and 5, your child should be able to say the sounds R, V, SH, Z, CH, TH, S, and L. If they're still having trouble with these sounds, it may be helpful to talk to a speech language pathologist and figure out if there's anything they can do to help your child. I've talked about this with you before, but your child may be having trouble with one specific sound and need help understanding how to move their lips, tongue, or teeth, or they may have difficulty understanding a phonological process. So definitely make sure to bring it up with your pediatrician so you can help your child earlier instead of later. While you're playing with your child, I want you to focus on talking about different topics. For example, you could talk about a family vacation, like staying at a cabin. When you're looking at the cabin section of this toy, talk about all of the things you would do when you go camping. Or pick a topic like an arrival and departure of the train coming into the station. So pick a topic with this toy specifically and focus on making sure your child maintains the topic in conversation until you decide to change it. This will be very helpful for your child in learning about conversational rules and focusing their attention. When you're working on sequencing, be creative. Look at the game. Try to find different tasks or activities like boarding a train, starting a fire, packing for a vacation, buckling up safely in the car. So these will all be things that your child can work on explaining steps along with different things you might need to collect, like the things you would need to collect in order to start a fire, and putting them in the correct order in order to complete the task. Categorization will be very helpful, especially for younger kids. There are a couple different things I can think of right off the top of my head with this toy specifically, like transportation or animals. You could start by asking your child to point to all the animals or name other forest animals. Or you could point to one of the animals and ask them what category you would call them. Definitely work on explaining more things within the category that you don't even see on the board, or add different toys to this travel take-along kit since there's tons of room in there. You could add more wooden toys, like airplanes that they could hold up in the sky for things that fly, or add more toy cars, or even more animals that belong to the forest. There are so many different opportunities you have here to work on expanding your child's vocabulary and understanding of categories. Comprehension is a little more difficult and requires a little more effort on the part of the guardian or parent. So what I want you to do is come up with stories for each different aspect of this game. Like over the bridge, you could come up with a story for someone going fishing on the bridge. Or you can make a story up about the train station with an arrival or departure. Other ideas could be maybe a story about one of the animals specifically, or a story about a trip to camping or to the cabin. So be creative, come up with a story, and pay attention to the details of your own story. What you want to do is encourage your child to retell the story back to you. This will help them to understand how to recall details from the story. Pay attention to even the smallest minor things. As you're telling these stories, also think of questions you could be asking your child. While you're starting this task especially, it's okay to give them choices. Like you might ask them, did Johnny leave on the train in the morning or at the night? Give them choices. That's absolutely fine. As they start to get a better understanding, I encourage you to work on making the questions you ask and the stories you tell even more complex with more details. Try to vary your story, like changing names, times, places. All of the things that would include in the story should change. When you first start, feel free to be repetitive until your child really understands the same story and seems to be getting almost between 80 to 100% correct each time. I don't want you to feel like you're intending to quiz your child, but what you are doing is helping them understand these ideas and learn to express what they've learned. This will transfer over into understanding with books, literature, and reading. It will also help them in school for more important understanding. Like if they learn a math problem, they'll be able to internalize that information and express it even better. We've talked about so many different things specifically for this toy that you can work on with your child. If you have questions or you want to discuss other ideas, make sure to comment down below. I'm here to help you, and I really hope this helps you learn with your child together. Enjoy spending time with your child. This will be a great way that you can help provide them with the skills they need and help learn where they're at. If there's areas they're struggling with, this will help you get a better understanding of what you should be looking for during this age. Don't forget to comment down below if you want me to talk about something in more detail. Hey parents! So I just wanted to remind you that you're doing awesome, first of all. You're working with your child and you're trying to find ways to engage with them and be able to interact while they're learning. So props to you. I think that you're doing amazing, and I bet your kids do too. The time we put into our kids makes a big difference. You can see it in your children. They feel encouraged and they're learning and they will thrive. So don't push them too hard. Learn to play with them, help maintain their attention, and encourage them. When you see that they're doing that sequencing task really great and you watch them struggle through it, make a big deal of it. Compliment them. Tell them the things you love, the things that they are really just grasping those concepts and running with them. So show that encouragement. Your children at this age will really just, they'll grow and they will learn and take that encouragement, and that'll be what drives them to keep learning. So keep up the good work and keep working with your kids. Bye, parents.